You're listening to the Get Rich Podcast. This is not a financial advice podcast. This is a podcast with two friends talking about how to get rich. Please check out our website at getrichpod.com or support us on Patreon at patreon.com/getrichpod. Thank you for listening.
All right. Hey again, Tyler.
Hey, John.
So the last episode, we kind of ended on the note of I wanted to kind of focus on things I could pretty much essentially start with no startup cost.
Yeah, that is where you were kind of going.
And I think I had a really good idea as far as one that could make a lot of money and there's no startup cost.
Okay, let's hear it. What is it?
Okay. Keep bees.
You can't do that for nothing. That costs money.
No, it doesn't. I just want to get rich. Get rich.
Get rich. Get rich.
So I'm gonna start a podcast.
Get rich. Get rich.
How come no one's ever done this?
Get rich. Get rich.
Now it's time to
get rich.
Or it doesn't have to. I mean, I know a lot of people probably spend a lot of money buying the suit, buying, bees.
Yeah, you've got the suit.
I could make a suit.
You can make a suit.
Yeah. Just wear a bunch of layers of clothing,
and
layers of gloves.
And that's your suit.
Yeah.
Just wrap yourself in a blanket and hope for the best.
No, it'd be like a bunch of layers of clothes. Some duct tape would be involved. My son Nathan has this astronaut helmet. That's I guess that's technically a toy.
So,
but bees can't get in if you wear it, and if you duct tape it good enough around your neck area,
So you're hoping that a toy astronaut suit and
it's just a helmet.
Just a helmet. Okay.
He has a suit, but I don't think I could fit it. He's almost 6, so
yeah, maybe a size discrepancy there.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but I can fit the helmet. I've already tried it.
Okay, so you've saved money on the suit somehow. We're just going to say that. Just to go along and get the idea moving. But you still need, they still have the hives, the little boxes that they have for that. They still have people buy queens.
All that stuff is so unnecessary. I can build a box. I can just give them, an old drawer to use or something. They don't even technically need a box. Do bees that live in nature have a box, Tyler?
Fair point. They don't have a box.
They, anything I give them would be an upgrade from just what they would naturally, a hole in a tree.
Yeah, so you're giving them an advantage. They're starting out ahead of the game.
They are.
Okay.
Just give them some type of something, a box, an old drawer, even an old tote or something.
An old tote.
Yeah.
Here's some old luggage.
Yeah, old luggage, exactly. There's so many things I can go find in my parents' garage or even my garage where bees can live in it,
Do you already have bees? Is that part of the problem? Is that where this idea comes from?
Yeah.
I've got a lot of bees in my house, and I was thinking maybe I could sell the honey.
I wish I had bees in my house. Because that's going to be the hardest part of this is going to be getting the bees.
Yeah, people send off and they buy a queen and things like that.
No, I'll just go find some in nature. That's the plan.
You're just gonna, find a bee, find a queen.
I mean, I live out in the country. For those of you who don't know that,
for first-time listeners,
other episodes, I live in the country. I think maybe even 10, 15 years ago, our neighbors used to keep bees.
So there might be some feral bees.
Feral, wild, released. Runaway, castaway bees that from his hives. I know there's bees around too because
you go out and you hear them.
Go out,
you see them.
See them. The thing I'm going to have to do is just track it, follow it back to its hive will be the difficult part.
So the idea of laying in wait for a bee to land on a flower. You haven't mowed your lawn in a few days. The clover and other weeds and things have started to sprout up. Bees, early in the morning. There they are.
Yeah. I know I'll be able to find the bees on a flower.
Then you're on the prowl.
And then the hard part's going to be following it back to its hive. I have a few ideas for that. I know I saw a long time ago some video of somebody tying like a string to a fly or something.
I
I swear,
you're hoping.
I swear, maybe it was a dream.
this sounds like one of those stories that that people tell. It's like an old myth.
No,
This is one of Aesop's fables.
It's not.
I don't think it is.
I
I
swear.
go to those pretty often.
I
in my
swear I saw an
teaching life.
old YouTube video of somebody tying a string. It may have been to a bee, actually, and then they, like, treated it like it was on a leash or something. I don't know. But if a bee is a small thing.
Which means it needs a small string if you're going to leash it.
Yeah, I mean, I would do this humanely or whatever. I would tie a soft, nice string on it.
I'm realizing
something bright in color, red.
I'm realizing that a lot of your ideas come with this this caveat, this disclaimer. It's going to be humane.
It will be humane. It will be nice. I'm just trying to give them a better home, really.
So you pounce on the bee.
I don't pounce on it.
You tie it up.
I don't tie it up.
and then you let it loose, and you gently hold the leash until it takes you back home.
Takes me back. Yeah, it'll lead me back to its house, and then
there's a little bit of destruction,
then
a little carnage.
Just
you have to find the queen.
I mean, can't you just get some bees and put them in a box, and then a queen will develop because there isn't one? I think I saw that on some nature documentary too. Like if the need is there, one of them becomes the queen. But yeah,
there has to be eggs. Like the queen lays a queen. You know what I mean?
Okay, but how did the first queen ever get there? You know what I mean? Like
which
one
came
of them,
first,
the chicken or they?
The bee or the queen?
The bee or the queen.
Yeah. But so what'll happen is the queen will lay eggs, and if there's a need or whatever, then yeah, I've watched too many of these videos on YouTube actually.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get this bee thing up and running, you're gonna save me a lot of money.
I know, right? You're like almost a honey connoisseur.
I've got hundreds of dollars of honey at home.
Wow.
I'll just leave it at that. I went to a store one time that sold honey. Bought honey, and the guy who was working the register was like, "Oh, that's a lot of money in honey. That's a lot of money." And I told him, I said, "You're not doing a great job of selling this."
But it's expensive. That's why, get the bees. You don't have to feed bees, do you? Is there like a bee food?
Yeah.
They just go and eat, and then they come back and poop out the honey.
No, when it's they don't poop out the honey. It's not.
They pee it.
It's more like of a regurgitation thing, and then they're
bee throw up. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a process of whatever acids and stuff that go into it. I don't know. I'm not an apiarist.
What is it called?
An apiarist.
Apiarist?
If I'm saying it right, yeah.
Sounds like somebody who does something with trees or something.
That's an arborist.
Oh, okay.
But wow, lost my train of thought there. Either way, bees, fine, do it.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
I want to see you all swollen. I have a picture of you, actually. I need need to get that one up.
I don't even think anything stung me
on all the socials. Maybe nothing stung you, but I did do a little bit of Photoshop work or photo editing on there to put the very poorly.
We'll post that up
bees
on our website and on our socials for you if you want to see a swollen teenager. That sounded wrong.
I want to see a swole teenager. Hey there.
Nah.
Hey, big fella.
But anyways.
Yeah, so it'll save me a lot of money if you can do this, because...
Yeah. How many types of honey do you have in your cupboard?
Oh, right now, I might be kind of low. I might only have 6.
6 different types of honey.
Yeah. And look, I'm going to go ahead and say this to all the people out there who don't know that there's a difference in honey. I used to be like you. I was like you long ago, and then I tasted orange blossom honey. It is not infused with oranges. Do not be confused. If you are at a farmer's market and you see honey that has been infused, walk away. I mean, it might be good. Sorry, it might be good. I have some infused honey. But that's not the beauty, right? Try orange blossom honey. It's delicious. It's clean. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean...
Sorry, tangent.
And guess what? It's expensive. So...
I think it's the buckwheat honey that really set me back.
Yeah, there's so many different types. You can charge more for the more rare varieties or whatever. I would probably just market my honey as, like local wildflower honey, I guess.
We got a lot of those around us, though, John. You're going to have to find a way to distinguish yourself. You know what? You're doing this all in a very rustic way, right? This is artisanal.
Yeah, artisanal.
Local honey. Wild honey.
Wild honey. I mean, yeah. But even if, like, people are charging, however much, let's just say $20 a pint, I'll charge $19.
You're just going to undercut them.
That's the Amazon strategy,
Okay.
You just charge a little bit less until you drive everybody else out of the market, and then you can charge whatever you want. I wouldn't do that in an unethical way or anything. I would just charge a little less than everybody else because guess what? I don't have a startup cost because I found my bees. I built my suit.
How much is an EpiPen?
What's an
EpiPen? Yeah.
That's where if you have an allergic reaction to bees or something.
Enough bees sting you. I don't know. You might still need one.
They're not going to sting me because I'm going to wear 10 layers of clothing.
Wrapped up in your down blanket and your kid's astronaut helmet.
No, and there's a thing. You get a little smoker, put newspaper in it, and you blow a little smoke on it.
You going to make one of those too? You're going to buy it?
I make that. I can, get some cigarettes and just blow it on the bees or whatever. I don't know if that's the proper technique, but it probably work.
You could pick up smoking again and
I have to lock myself in a shipping container for a few days to quit again.
It's an idea.
But no, all those smokers it's like a little metal thermos looking thing.
Yeah.
And they just have a way to kind of aerate it and push out some smoke. I don't think that'd be that hard to build. I could build that. I'm sure of it.
All right. So you've built a box. You've fashioned a suit with a fishbowl on top.
It's not a fishbowl. It's a child's astronaut helmet.
I've seen the TikTok and YouTube video where someone uses a glass stovetop.
Oh, and they put their hoodie on.
And they put the hoodie on.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I could just have clear some kind of something and just hoodie up,
I wasn't saying that as a suggestion.
I think it's a great idea.
Making a reference.
Well, the thing about my kid's astronaut helmet is it's not like a clear visor. It's kind of tinted.
Okay.
Maybe a little hard to see good out of it.
Especially when you're in the woods tracking down these bees.
Yeah. And then you have to worry about if someone walks up on you.
What's this weirdo doing lost in the woods? Is he high? Is he eating mushrooms out here?
Right? He's wearing an astronaut helmet and he looks like he's wearing a bunch of clothes or is has a very weird body shape.
I'm also waiting for you to come across a hornet's nest like we did that one time.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're getting bees, not hornets. I don't think hornets make honey.
No, but
you got to be careful.
Flying bugs that make, flying insects that make a hive of some kind.
You got to make sure you're going to the right hives, the honey hives. Yeah, so the hardest part, like I said, will be just finding the bees. And I guess equally pretty hard will be harvesting the bees, collecting the bees.
Well, that's part of why they have the specially made boxes for that reason.
Yeah.
So that they can collect the honey.
I mean, I'll just bring a box. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. I've seen this hive design a long time ago, though, where it was really cool. And I could build it probably.
Are you talking about the plastic one where
there was one
the hive
where they could just turn a spout and the honey
cool.
came out.
Yeah.
I could build something like that. It can't be that hard. If someone else builds it, I can build it.
At the risk of having an anecdotal story for some of your ideas again, did I tell you? Do you remember my bee experience?
No, I don't.
Okay. Can I take a couple minutes?
Well, if it's funny.
Okay, it might be funny.
Okay. Funny time.
Okay. If you can find me on Facebook, my original post is, one of my very first posts is that I am king of bees. Yeah, you don't remember this.
I don't remember this.
All right. So I went to school for art, and one of my annoying things, if we had a project that was a found art project where you find material and you make something.
I remember you found some carpet on the side of the road or something.
Yeah, well, anytime that I had to do a found art piece, I would use gum because it's gross. Exactly, and that was
gross.
And that was sort of my whole point. Why
other
are we
people
doing
you
this?
would find people's stuck gum?
Well, no, I would use my own gum, but,
So you cheated.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was also sort of, like, I hate these projects, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. So real fast, get to the end. My last project, final project before I graduate, we had to pitch ideas, and it was all food related. And I said, you know what? I'll make something out of gum again, right? Here's my idea, a gum thing, zebra striped gum, right? It's very nostalgic, so that was my pitch.
I'm trying to figure out what this has to do with bees or honey. But
So I made a life-size zebra foal, covered it in honey. Okay, or not covered it in honey, covered it in gum, in zebra striped gum.
Okay.
I actually, side note, I estimated the surface area of a zebra down to 1 pack of gum. I was very proud of myself.
Okay.
So, either way, do this. Project goes off. It goes to the show, right? And people come and see it and blah, blah, blah. And now I have to dispose of this zebra, right?
This big sculpture made from chewed gum.
Yes. And I left it at the school for a little while because I could. And then, at some point I got a call from the school. Hey, Tyler, you've got to come deal with this zebra. Like, yeah, okay, can I get it this weekend? Nah, you need to get it, like, now. Why? It's covered in bees. It was covered in bees.
Well, that's perfect. You made a bee trap.
They were trying to have an art show on the other side of the building, but it was covered in bees. So it was like, people were worried. So they call me in, right? So I go to the school to get it, and one of the teachers there, I'm like, all right, can I can I use this spray? And he's like, no, man, hive collapse syndrome. It's like, that's a thing.
You gotta keep, you don't want to spray poison on the bees.
You can't kill these bees. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Can I use like a water hose? He's like, nah, man, you can't even hurt these bees. We don't want anything to happen to these bees.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go into this enclosure with my zebra foal covered in bees and just be cool as a cucumber.
That's a technique that people I've seen on Facebook use. They don't even suit up. They just act calm and, smoke them out.
I went in there. I cut the head off of my zebra.
What? Your zebra sculpture.
Yeah. Threw the rest of it away into a dumpster and kept the head for a long time. I wanted to mount it on my wall, but that never worked out. I was always told no until eventually I threw that away too. And so that's why I was king of bees on Facebook for a while.
Okay. So it sounds like you have bee experience. Sounds like you know how to handle bees. You know how to build a trap for bees.
You trying to hire me?
Hey.
That's true. That is a trap. Look, that's where I got, the bee that I put on your picture.
Yeah.
I took a picture of that bee on a previous gum sculpture.
There you go. See, you have bee
Full circle.
experience. So you can help me build traps for the bees if, chasing them or following them ends up being harder than it needs to be. Yeah, you have bee experience, so that even just makes this a better idea.
That doesn't bring me on board with your idea. Look, I want your idea.
Do you consume a lot of honey?
I do.
Then you should be on board with this idea. And again, we can start it for free.
I'm a bit of a honey hoarder. I would like to be able to consume more honey. I'm afraid of running out, so I don't use as much as I would like to.
Never run out. You have honey on tap, literally.
Literally
you
on
just
tap.
Go up to this
You're
tap
convincing
hive.
me.
I'm telling you, man. But there's even other sources of income instead of just thinking of bees equal honey. I sell the honey.
You're right.
You can rent your bees. People do that. That's like a whole industry where farmers need their crop pollinated or something.
Yeah.
I show up with my bee box. Boom.
That's-
My bees are going to chill here. Give me some money. Thank you.
That's a great idea.
You rent your bees. It's also good just for the world, nature. Like, I think people have said if all bees die, then, like, humans are screwed.
Yeah. We're in a tough spot then with all of our food pollination. You're right. You're right.
So you're helping nature. You're helping the world. You're helping people.
I thought you were going to go with, like, the wax. Like,
Yeah, that's
all
a whole
the wax
other thing,
products.
too.
Candles.
Candles. Do you know how much candles? Oh, my goodness. That could be its own episode. Just making candles out of wax and selling them.
Oh.
Girls spend so much money. Let me just be more specific and personal with it. My wife, Yankee candles. you can easily spend $20 on a small-ish candle.
That's true. That's
and then
true.
what's weird, they don't even use them as candles. They just use them as decoration.
They never light it.
They never light them.
But John, I just had a different idea.
We have candles for lighting and we have candles for not lighting. It's like the towel situation. Like, how come I can't use these towels? It's for drying my hands, but no, they're for decoration.
That one's for show. Don't use that one. Use
Don't
the other
understand.
one. Use the ugly one. But I just had an idea. Okay, you're selling your honey and you're selling your candles at a local farmer's market. Okay,
Yeah, or throw it on the internet. I don't care.
Look, a couple of days ago, yesterday maybe, I had to mow, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I like mowing, sometimes I don't. But I was behind. I was late. Right, going back to earlier, where you said you don't mow your yard for a few. Well, I said you don't.
Well, there was a whole no mow march. or
Exactly.
whatever. We did that.
John, you sell little placards that people can put in their yard and say, you know, we're saving the bees.
Saving the bees, man.
Like, I'm not mowing, I'm saving the bees.
Exactly. Yeah, that can be a whole nother, bee merch item or something.
That's a good one.
You got to think too, though. There could be is there government subsidies or something for I know farmers can get
There might be
money.
There might be with the need for bees right now.
Right. So if I have bees and if I put my bees into the food production services, I mean, the government may even pay me or something.
This is another one of your ideas that's coming from government money.
Hey, I mean, if it's there and if they want to give it to me,
you'll take it.
I'll take it.
You know, you could also take it to schools. I don't know if this will pay you anything, but you could take it to schools.
There's educational
pollinator lessons. You know, homeschool groups might actually pay you. You know some of those.
I do, yeah.
I get to make fun of him because I don't want to say real educator, but
hey, man,
I'm an educator, a professional educator.
There's lots of different types of educators.
Yeah, everyone's. Yeah, I agree.
Homeschooling is a thing.
Homeschooling is education. I'm not saying it isn't.
Thank you. But multiple sources of income: honey, renting bees, the wax, possible government subsidies for helping nature, helping farmers. You know how people are liking the old school remedies nowadays?
Yeah.
Sell a topical antibacterial.
So snake oil.
Much just no.
Snake oil, your other idea.
No, I didn't have a snake oil idea. No, ever since men have had bees around, you put honey on a cut.
That's true.
Bacteria
That's a real
can't
thing,
grow in it. That's a real thing. Honey doesn't let bacterial growth happen in it. So if you have a little cut or something, put some honey on it. Boom.
And if you get in with the doomsday people and
the preppers,
the preppers. There you go. That's the word. That's a better word.
That's a whole
other thing. It's a non-perishable item.
I could sell a hive to people or whatever. Establish my own You
don't want to set up competition, but how many of these people would actually do it?
Yeah. I'm just saying there's lots of different. People think bees, you think honey, but there's multiple sources of income.
I don't know how much I support this idea, but I really want to see you sort of covered in bee stings.
I'm not going to get stung.
I want to see you with your homemade hive.
I won't get stung. I'll make an awesome hive.
And I want more honey in my life.
You'll have more honey. I mean, like I said, I'm going to do this idea. I'll film it.
Let me know how that goes.
We'll put it on our Patreon for our Patreon members to be able to look at. Check us out at GetRichPod.com. That has all of our Patreon information on it. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a really good idea. Thanks for listening to the Get Rich Podcast. Go to our website, GetRichPod.com, or email us at jnt@GetRichPod.com to let us know what you thought about an episode or to submit episode ideas. If you really want to support us, subscribe to our Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/GetRichPod. Subscribers will have exclusive access to vote on ideas we try, access to videos of us doing the ideas, as well as weekly bonus content. Thanks for listening. And now a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
Are you ready for your next escape? Are you still exploring all that this journey of life has to offer? On your next expedition, consider booking a luxury suite built for the future. Here at Sustain a Stay, we have just what you need. Our container suites are sturdy, comfortable, and built to last. Our reclaimed containers offer an eco-conscious alternative to a big box hotel room. We offer suites at a range of price levels at multiple locations across the U.S. We also offer experiential packages. Feel the history and life of the container and book a suite at the point. Keep adding to your story. Book your container today at Sustain a Stay.